Hey everybody, welcome back to Brick System Brothers again. It is another video about my hobby store haul. This time we're looking at the plates from the haul. 2 videos earlier I was looking at bricks and slopes, so some pretty interesting pieces in there. Talking a little more about the place where I got these pieces, but yeah, this time just going to look at the pieces themselves. Talking about those colors again, we've got our bright light orange is actually what it's called on Rebrickable and Bricklink, I believe. So this would be the color from the Hidden Side school bus that I looked at earlier this year. I don't do this very often, but I threw in some large plates right on top of the tubs this time. I had enough room to get these kind of set in at an angle, and these are 6x10 yellow plates. I'm not even sure how much these are worth, but there were 2 of them, so I don't know, just having 2 additional plates for the collection. Larger plates usually worth at least 50 cents on Bricklink. I don't know if I'll be selling. I don't even have a Bricklink store right now. I have a store, but there's nothing in it. It's not open. I think someday I'll probably have a Bricklink store, so I would maybe consider this just like stockpiling for whenever I end up setting that up, if I ever do. But the other thing about these is, like, I'm not gonna buy Lego that I don't want to use at some point. So yellow plates, even though I don't have a lot of uses for them, I could still see that ending up in a mock, in a project. 3x3 plates are really nice for tying things together when you have an odd stud offset. I've used that several times in projects. A couple of angle ones. I got this one because it's dark green, not a very common color for angle plates. This one I got because it's got that cutback on there. So a black one of these. I've got a spaceship project right now that I needed these for. Never know how many of those I'll need at some point. 2 more dark green ones that I picked up. And then these 1x1s are in some great colors. This is actually a neon green 1x1 plate, which I haven't seen before. I'm not sure how many sets that comes in, how recent of a piece that is. And then some pearl gold 1x1 plates and cool yellow. Just nice colors to have the detail plates for. A couple of 2x2 corner plates, useful piece there. The 3x4 minifigure base with 4 studs. I saw someone do a mock using this as a roof, and the alternating tiles and studs had a really cool effect for that roof. It was like a fire station or a train station or something. But to do a roof out of these, it takes quite a few. I suppose if you've been buying collectible minifigures for a while, you'd have a lot of these. They started doing different colors in recent years for those as well. Some of the curved plates here, the 4x4 with the cutout in bright light orange, the 3x3 with the radius corner. Now this piece actually came along before our regular 3x3, if I'm not mistaken. So this one's been around, and this radius does match. We now have kind of the cutout one of these just showed up this year that matches the radius for that. So just looking at pieces that match geometries across the range, I enjoy that, and finding the pieces that are similar. I like these pieces now after building the modular bookshop, kind of realizing the potential for these, used as a spiral staircase piece in that modular building, and then a bunch of 1x1 round plates in neon orange. I heard a rumor through the grapevine. I don't want to believe it, but apparently neon orange was like set to retire or something as a color. And I mean, eventually Lego does retire colors here and there. They're actually bringing some colors back as well. Teal has been a color that got revived after being retired back in 2000 something, and now that's back in the bookshop and several other sets. So if they do end up retiring trans neon orange, it's not like it's gone for good for sure. It could come back, but still want to have a nice stock of those just in case. Okay, let's look at some modified ones. The 1x8 with the rail in tan, don't have a lot of those. And a 1x2 version of that plate in aqua. These are some older, not exactly Technic, but almost like a crossover System Technic piece with those crenellated gear on the lower part. There's a whole other system with these notches that I'll have to look at sometime for you guys on the channel, because it's pretty interesting. It was kind of the precursor to our other Technic style. And there's Technic bricks coming up in the next video in my other pile, so we'll look at those as well. These brackets are always handy, and now especially that we have the 1x2 brackets that are nice and small, you can get those into tight spaces. And then of course our classic 1x2 to 1x4 bracket, still showing up in sets today, still in production. But this is the old brown, like I was talking about. Looking at some of the slopes I picked up as well with this old brown color, now retired. Jumper plates, I love jumper plates, especially after I built the Lowell sphere and realized if to get that Lowell sphere done in one color, you actually need several jumper plates in the same color. So I've kind of kept an eye out for those now after building that. And then some other modified ones. Probably the nice one in here is this medium green or this light green clip plate. Haven't seen a lot of those. Some of the tiles, just the one print from Superheroes or something, DC, I think. This is a bright light orange. This one is a sticker, probably from that garbage truck in the city set, that apple green color. A couple of sand green tiles are nice. I like to grab those. And if I can remember, I grab some white tiles as well, especially since I did my Patriot Hill mock. I used up a lot of my white tiles in that because those floors lift off, so was running kind of short on those for a while. And then for some reason there were several 1x3 tiles in just regular blue. So it is a handy piece. I'd prefer to have them in white, and I did get one or two in white. But blue I won't turn down. Sometimes you just need a 1x3 tile to get the job done and really lock something in. So another piece that Lego did the 1x2 for a while and the 1x4 for a while, long before they had this tile, and then coming in behind and filling in those gaps as they did, kind of like the 2x3 tile. So two of those, and then some 2x4 tiles as well. The round 1x1 tiles, often used for vehicle headlights, now showing up in our dots line and Lego art as well. So starting to be worth a little bit more, just kind of the currency of the Lego art theme. Looking at some of these colors maybe going up in value as people want to bricklink those or build their own versions of the Lego art sets. Some of the quarter round ones, that's a pretty recent piece, and then the 2x2 corner with the cutout can be really useful for tile designs on a floor, and we've seen that in some of the official modulars. But yeah, that's it for the plates. Just also thinking about how I sort my plates out. I try to keep related pieces kind of together in my collection. So regular plates all have kind of their own area, and then the tiles are not too far away from that. And just thinking about, like, they're both the same thickness, a third of a brick, and they have really similar properties. And then kind of like the in-between crossover are these jumper plates where there's just the one stud, giving you that half offset on there. So handy properties there. The modified plates kind of mirroring the modified bricks, and having that kind of echo throughout the Lego system. It's really interesting to me. But yeah, one more of these coming up from this haul, the hobby store haul, like I mentioned, JC and Hobby in Des Moines is where I picked up all these pieces. In my opinion, way cooler than the Pick-a-Brick wall at the official Lego store, just because there's so much variety here. You can find pieces that have been retired for years. Oh, I almost forgot. This is the video that I'm going to mention the interesting Lego element that I had not seen before. I mentioned this in my introduction to this short run of videos, but this is a 1x2, kind of a jumper brick almost, but instead of just a single stud here with a recess on it, it's an entire peg, but it only goes up to the height of a regular brick. So this would be 2 plates tall right here. This section looks a lot like a minifigure neck, but then this section down here is just a regular 1x2 plate footprint. So really interesting. I had not seen this Lego element before. Is there a number on here that I can read? I will throw the number down in the description and check this piece out and try to figure out where it came from. Pretty cool to find that in the mix. And yes, it is Lego. It says Lego on the top of that stud bracket there. So, all right, that's it for now. One more of these coming up, like I said, and then back to our regular scheduled other stuff. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time. All right, let's do 3 more bingo picks today. The next randomly generated number is 4297083. It's a lot of 429s right in a row. Copy this over to Rubricable, and we've got the flotation device for pick number 10, like so. Alright, this is a white, I'd call this a minifig element. First thing we've got to do is put it on the board here, like that. Alright, white right here, wedge plate, brick, minifig, curve slope. Well, look at that. Not bad. First pick is on the board, and that's really the only place it can go. So we're off to do pick number 2. 61957775. Let's see what this one is. Entire torso. Okay, this is one of the printed torsos. We've got to go with the actual torso color here, which is a pearl silver. So, pick 11. Does that really fit anything? Not really. Not really falling into one of our color categories here, so I don't think I can use it. Although it does qualify as this rare category, so if one of these colors matched, I could put it down there with K2SO, but that's going to be a miss. So the third and final pick for this video is 4649053. Do it all again. Another wedge plate, black wedge plate, dark gray wedge plate, actually, for pick 12. And does that go in the group? Dark gray is not on my color selection, unfortunately. So 1 hit, 2 misses, and that's it for bingo today.